pig. Yeah. Avast, you guys. You flying scurvy marshmallow. Something's wrong here. I already did this part. Oh, is it over there? Yeah, I can see the scaffolding, kinda. Oh! Big pig. There it is. Is this the other part that I found before? Like, I missed one over here. Yeah. Well, oh, of course not. I was gonna say, I think I'm done with this section, and then I see that. Didn't bring a stack of netherrack with me. It's funny how much I have, like, stored. I don't even know where the thing is. It'd be cool if you could make like a levitation potion, like the things at the shulkers. Yeah, see, it was up here. Oops. I think that should be everything now. Well, everything in this section of the ceiling, anyway. Big. Haven't really been through here. Dead. Thankfully, it appears, and I say appears because I could be wrong, but it appears that the ceiling caves are relatively rare. At least with this seed that I've got here. None of this stuff, I don't have to put slabs on this stuff because this is all below the level that I'm going to mine out anyway. Oh, here might be some stuff. But I'm getting close to the edge of the quadrant, so... No, I got lucky here. So it's going to be outside of the range of the edges of the sphere instead of the cube. And this is on the boundary, so I don't have to do anything over there because of the same reason. Anything to the right I don't have to worry about, but if I see like a cave to the left, then yeah. And it's so nice to have all of this section of this whole quadrant be practically just thin platforms and air blocks. I mean, that cuts down on the 8 million blocks by a lot. Might have to look at this over here. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I don't really see any caves from this angle, and it's kind of hard to get over there. I'm gonna have to run around the whole outside to get a different angle. And the other bad part is leaving all of this solid, is there might be caves in there. I mean, if it looks like the spawn rate is too low, then I'll just have to hollow out all the way up to the nether ceiling. Which I really didn't want to do that. Oh! I mean, there's bound to be some. This part I already did. Big pig. Is that a cave? That looks like a cave. And I see bottom blocks right here. No. How am I gonna get over there? There's another cave too. Big. I mean, I'll take the gold, but I don't need the glowstone. And I don't need the, I'm not gonna mine the nether quartz because I've got like 2 boxes of it. Or more. But he just said he wasn't going to take the glowstone. I was just taking the ones that were in my way, and the ones that I don't think things can spawn on glowstone. I don't know for sure, but just in case it was a half block, you're gonna shoot me and shoot the floor out from under me. Dead. Thought I saw something that might have looked like a cave, like over this way. I think it's this thing. This part right here. Not this one, this one. That's definitely a cave. I hope the whole roof isn't just... No. I mean, just my luck, it probably is. But then again, like, it might not be also. Which, I mean, this is kind of going against what I was saying about the amount of work that I'm doing and wanting it to be right and, like, giving it, like, my, you know, my close to my best shot. Ah, man. Oh, and I don't know if I said what I thought before, but how cool would it be to have a rocket launcher? In Minecraft. You know, like in vanilla Minecraft. Something that you could take blocks out with. I mean, as far as mods go, this was even true, like way back in the day. But the thing I'm about to say is, like, there was basically a mod for everything that you could think of. Which is probably even more especially true now. No, it's cool particles, potion particles. I'm not trying to look at stuff. That's alright. You know, like, you just load up the rocket launcher and you just shoot it at the glowstone. Like, well, see, this might be something that I have to look at. Which I think I tried to look at that before, and I didn't see anything. No, I don't see anything that resembles cave. That might be a cave. Be nice if I could make the red fog go away. Don't think that changing my render distance changes that. Let's see. It does not. Big. And almost as if on cue, the zombie pigman goes, makes a sound there. No, it doesn't look too bad. The other thing I'm not sure of is, does the looking glass, because I've never used one before, does the looking glass remove the fog in the nether? Big. I think I should be good for visible ceiling caves for now. Oh, good. Not good. Oh. By the power of panicking. No, there's... No, I got that one. I haven't really checked out over here. I mean, that looks like one, but that's past the perimeter of the quadrants of the cube. Is that one? It does kind of look like one, maybe? I do see an empty block. I mean, this does kind of look like one that potentially goes this way, so I do have to check this out. Yeah, this is a little anxiety inducing. Being up here on a netherrack 1x1 platform. So much could go wrong. Yep, see, here is one. Rain. Accidentally like Looney Tunes myself. I think I've done it once or twice already in this playthrough, where like you're looking slightly in the wrong spot and you break the block that's underneath you. Pig, 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 pig. Big, 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 big. And this is why I didn't want to use beds. I mean, I might still end up using beds. But I mean, they cause more chaos than they control, like. And I think some of this stuff, like right here is the wall. And I think that this stuff counts as being within the perimeter. Well, then again, no, it's going to be outside the range of the edge of the sphere, so I don't have to do this section. I do have to do this section now. Big, big. Oh, good. So I think it's, what, 282. Let me check my log program here. Okay, so it's 283. So anything on this side, I don't have to worry about. I mean, this is on the edge though too, so the very, very edge to where like the edge of the spawn sphere is gonna, like if I'm sitting in the center of the platform, the edge of the spawn sphere is not even gonna come out this far by like 20 or 30 blocks. And I did that intentionally because then as I move around anywhere inside of the spawn area of the Wither Farm, I'm gonna be within an area that's been spawn proofed. Because the 128 quadrant that I'm using is from the edge of the wall on the outside of each of the 4 walls of the spawn pad. But everything on this side does have to be redone or covered. So 283 from here. They have all of these other blocks to be anywhere besides but in front of me, and they have to be right in front of me. This would have been a nightmare without scaffolding. Scaffolding, I love you.
They're getting him.
Feed. So long as it's not a block that they can stand on, they can't spawn on it. So like that's why I'm able to leave like the ceiling portions, or the portions that I've mined out from the ceiling. My efficiency 5 on breaking 3, fortune 3, diamond hoe. Which it used to be like completely like nonsense. Like why would you make a diamond hoe and why would you put efficiency 5 on it? But since they added those mushrooms where the hoe is the tool for the mushrooms, I mean, Yeah, there's a cave, of course. Oh no, no. No, there is. Is it a hole that goes through the bottom of the floor? I think that it is. Yeah, I still gotta shut that lava off. I probably should have left that scaffolding there. I guess scaffolding doesn't catch on fire? I was wondering that. Yeah, this is crazy. This is hard. You know, this is why it's hard to fault the people that usually get to the nether roof exploit. Because all of this stuff is stuff that you'd have to do besides going to the nether roof, like. But cheating is cheating. I mean, it, like, I can't really take the same satisfaction from cheating and then, like, you know, telling myself that I sure worked pretty hard on this thing here when, like, you know, I didn't. Oh, I got another farm that generates 14 million gold a second, and it's like, well, did you spawn proof the nether, or did you go up to the nether ceiling? Oh, I went up to the nether ceiling. Oh. Well, I mean, that's cool, I guess. I mean, and that's not the bad part. Is like, you ask him, well, so you did that in vanilla, right? Yeah, I did that in vanilla. Well, it's still cheating. And so it's like, it doesn't mean the same thing. And it's not that they use the exploit, it's that they think that it means something that it doesn't mean. I mean, it's like... And I mean, I know that my opinion doesn't really matter on the whole thing. I mean, people are still gonna do that and then still, you know... And again, it's not the use of the nether ceiling that I'm criticizing. Like, is that they're, you know, they're fooling themselves into believing that it's the same as spawn proofing the nether. But that's not the bad part of that either. The bad part of that is that other people go along with it and want to believe it too. And then that's not the bad part of that. The bad part of that is those people want you to go along with what they think. And it's like, I don't know. It's like, Now, I've never built anything on the ceiling before. And my reasoning was, it's just easy enough to make like an arena type farm where you go around and, like, you know, wait for the withers to spawn. It's like the thing that I have now. Like, I would have been totally fine with that and on to the next thing. You know, you kill just enough withers to get just enough skulls to summon the wither, and then kill them like maybe once or twice and get a beacon, and then be done with it. Like, specifically because of how much work it is to try to spawn proof the nether. Yeah, and the thing that worries me is that there's going to be like these caves all throughout the ceiling of the parts throughout all of the rest of the quadrants, and like, you can't really see them. So what's probably going to end up happening is I'm probably going to have to take out all of the blocks and all of the chunks from like, I want to say the lava lake, you know, from the ceiling to the lava lake, but I mean, there's probably going to be caves underneath some of the parts of the lava lake that you can't really know how deep the lava lake is. You can't really know. I mean, even trying to swim through the thing, the visibility, there's just like no visibility in the lava when you're trying to swim through the lava. And then there's this, is how am I really gonna know that I've spawn-proofed everything in the ceiling unless I've mined out the blocks? Because the only other way for me to check that is to cheat. And since I'm trying to do not 100% strict vanilla playthrough, because I gotta say that because I did respawn my spider spawner that got blown up, that was right by my base. Because I dug through the hole thinking that there was a dark spot in a cave that was next to where my, over by where my flower generator is. Yep, out of potions. And I think I can't see anything. I think I got all of the blocks from here. All the standing blocks anyway. But here's some. There's still some over here, so I gotta leave this scaffolding to let myself know to come back over here. I hate these pigs, man. What happens if I shoot this? I just get stuck. Yeah, but then that's the thing I was talking about before, like, throughout a few of the videos, is to put in this much amount of work to remove this amount of blocks, and then still have caves in the ceiling that I don't know about, and I don't know how to, like, I don't know 100% for certain whether they're there or not. It's kind of like, there is a little bit of a cheese factor. Like, I mean, it's like, why put in all that work if you're just gonna leave those caves in the ceiling? And not check for them, and just assume that there isn't any, because it's convenient. Like, you know, I should have brought an ender chest up here for the gold all that time ago. And then there's this too, is like how, and again, it's not the doing of the cheating that bothers me. It's the lying to themselves and wanting other people to go along with it that bothers me. It's like, if I'm gonna cheat, I'm gonna cheat. Like, I'm gonna state that I'm cheating. I'm going to, like, you know, I'm not gonna try to twist around that I'm not cheating when I know that I'm cheating. Like, big. But yeah, I am glad that I had the foresight to do this before I mined out all the rest of the blocks. Because I'm trying to do this and trying to check for it, like I wouldn't even be able to easily check for any visible caves. Because I'm taking all of this blocks out from this level down, all the way down to the lava lake. And I don't even think I would be able to see the ceiling, let alone get up to the ceiling to check for the stuff. Like, and I'm not against using the elytra to check for it. I mean, but that's gonna be like, I don't know if you've ever seen like a stink bug, like one of the marmorated stink bugs is what they're called. Is they fly so haphazardly that, like, you know, they just bounce off the walls. Which, with my limited experience with flying with the elytra, not only would I probably be subpar with trying to control it, but like, even if I was good at it, just with the way that the elytra functions, the way that it flies like one of those clumsy beetles, like, I mean, like, yeah, I would never find the holes in the ceiling. I would never find the ceiling caves. But like, there's not, you know, there's not somebody forcing me to do this. But that also doesn't mean that I can't complain. Once I get this big chunk, these two quadrants, like, I mean, it's almost solid all the way through, all the way down, as far as I can tell, unless I get lucky and there's some hidden caves within those two quadrants. But the nice part is all of the rest of the stuff is practically empty. All of the other two quadrants, these two over here, oh well, then again there's this, I'm not sure how much of this is going to be solid. This might be solid too, but there's a significant amount of significance as far as the amount of air blocks go. A better comparison, a more relatable comparison than the clumsy flight of the marmorated stink bug would be, it's kind of like a big poop fly bouncing off a window. This would be like trying to look around for the caves in the ceiling. Pink, 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 bzz, pink, pink, bzz, pink, bzz, pink, pink. And then kind of sit there for a second. Bzz, pink, 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 pink. That's kind of hurt the fly's eyeballs. I mean, but then again, like, the kinetic force that they must have relative to the mass that they have, relative to the speed that they're going. I mean, you think if it was, I mean, they're extreme cases, they must have damaged themselves even a little bit, but like, to bounce off the window that many times, I mean, it shouldn't be as bad, I guess, as like I'm thinking that it is because of the lack of mass that they've got, but still, the thing is running its head into the thing, like. Yeah, I always get like overly happy when I use my potion machine here. What's our lava buckets looking like? Yeah, they're all still full. So I should only have to do this 3 times to get 1 full box. Yeah, because it's 9 times 3 and 9 times 3, yeah. When I first put this in, when I first did the blaze spawner, I was a little bit disappointed, thinking that I'm never gonna be over here and I'm never gonna use it. So it kind of seemed like, you know, wasted effort, except I'm totally happy that I did. I mean, I would have to do it anyway. I would need a potion machine anyway, but like before I knew that I was going to do the wither farm, before I knew I was going to do this project, it felt like, you know, I felt like I was just going to come over here and get blaze rods, you know, like a stack of blaze rods from the spawner and go back to the base. And that was it. And like, I would never come back over here because blaze rods last forever. I mean, in the sense, like, how much you consume compared to like how much you use, at least me anyway, like. The big pig. But yeah, the coolest part about this is not only can you expand the modules, and you can expand these modules to account for the new amount of modules, but every one of these levers, this lever, that lever, this button, and that lever, you can all hook it up to a circulating timer to just produce potions. And you can then hook a memory cell up to a pulse generator, hooked up to a comparator, hooked up to the final collection box. And once the final collection box is full, then it shuts itself off. And then you can add an option to either have it be in shut off mode once the box is full, so it just stays shut off, or it just restarts itself as soon as you take stuff out of the box again. The problem with automated potion machines, like fully auto potion machines, is why, like, one, there's a lot more work that you have to do. And two, the choice is you either know that you have the exact amount of stuff in the exact amount of spots that you know that you need them in when you turn the thing on, with no checks, you know, within the logic of the circuit, to check to see if I have no torches. To check to see if there's ingredients in the machine, or you do add checks to like an auto shut off, like if there's not the proper amount every time that it starts a cycle, it won't run. But I mean, adding logic to circuits is usually takes up a lot of space. So it's, I mean, all of the space that I'm not using by doing that, by keeping it semi-automatic, I mean, to have a fully automated potion machine with checks for the ingredients, you know, including the water bottles and everything else, like, I mean, you'd end up with like one of those, you know, giant contraptions where you have to use different color concrete or different color clay or different color wool to mark out the different circuits and stuff. Like, and I mean, that's kind of the thing, is like, I prefer to do things as simply as I can. Mostly because of the amount of space and materials and everything else to have stuff like, you know, redstone wise. But then there's always that too, is like, it is fun to over-engineer stuff. I have all my torches. Oh, I took all of them back to the base for some reason. And I mean, if you can optimize your design to where it does what you want it to do in the way that you want it to do it, with the least amount of blocks, time, space, and materials that you can do, like, I mean, that's my preference to do it that way, because I mean, then you're as close to like that optimal criteria list as you can be. Over engineering is fun, you know, just for the sake of doing it, but it's not really necessary, and especially not in creative or in survival mode. In creative mode, it makes sense to do that because it's really just time, since you don't have to farm the materials. Which I typically don't do decorative, like, aesthetic stuff. Like, everything is its own aesthetic. Like, this has its own look to it. Just like this has its own look to it, like. But yeah. I think I'm gonna call it a video here. Well, maybe not. I want to finish that ceiling part. But once I've gotten the visible ceiling caves done, Then it's gonna go. Then I'm gonna go back to burning up diamond picks, taking out this netherrack. Good. Good work there, Piggington. The big pig. And I just recently discovered this. Like, if you crouch and look down and break these, you don't get the fall damage thing. Well, I guess except for the bottom part. Ooh. Get him. Now bite him. Oh, no. Okay, I think this whole section is done. This whole section is done. Is there more here? Is this just... I did this whole section. How about this? Can't remember what I've checked and what I haven't. Now this part is done. Pig you, piggy. Yeah, this section is done. The thing that still shocks me is I've got a diamond sharpness 5 sword, and these things still take like 3 or 4 hits to kill them. Like, big. Good. See, here's where the border is, but this goes up in through the border. The whole everything of that nether roof is probably, it's probably got caves like this in it. And I won't know unless I mine out every block or cheat. Which, again, I'm not against cheating. And with the amount of work that I'm doing here, I mean, I'm gonna wait until afterward to see what the spawn rate is like. I mean, it's still gonna be really significantly higher than it was once I'm done anyway. Because the way that spawn proofing works, and has always worked, is you aren't increasing the spawn rate at all. You're keeping the spawn rate the same, but you're forcing them into an area that they can spawn in by removing every place that you don't want them to spawn in, by making it a place that they can't spawn in. And I know that's like common Minecraft knowledge as far as farming and stuff goes, but just so it's been said, I mean, just so it's been stated, like, by removing all other potential areas they could spawn within your 128 block sphere of where you're at, you increase the spawns where you want them to be by proxy. The rate itself doesn't increase, it's still the same spawn rate. It's just you see more of the spawns with the mob cap in the area that you want it to be, because they can't be in any other place. But once I'm done with this, what am I doing here? I think it should be 363. Yeah, here it is, 363. Oh crap. Oh no, I'm dead. What? Oh good. Oh man. Oh. Wow. Thank you, Feather Falling 4. Holy crap. I had time to look down and think about it and be like, I'm gonna die. Like, oh. And then to look up and see the pig falling too is like, yeah, see, like, I'm not even on Y level 32. Well, I'm close. I mean, I'm 6 blocks. I fell almost to the lava level. I'm 31, 32, yeah. Like, and you can't see the ceiling. All of these blocks are gonna come down to this level. It's gonna take me forever. But I lucked out here is like, was all covered and I had no idea that this was even here. This cave. Or this chasm, rather. Oh man, how am I gonna get out of here? I guess the only way to get out of here is to do this. The nice part is if you have a diamond pick with a high enchantment on it, you can get it at the right angle to where you can keep it at that angle, and as you jump up and over, it goes up and over 1 block every time. But my mouse has a battery saver built into it that's not controlled by drivers or software. It's like built into the circuit. And I didn't know that when I got it. And what that means is if I'm mining and I stop like mining on the video for a second, it's like, well, why did I stop mining? Like I did right there where I stopped, is the battery saver makes it so you can only hold the button down for so long. In the sense that, like, you know, I think it's designed that way in case like the mouse is turned on and it's in like a travel case or something, or like, or if it falls or like you rest something on it by mistake. So that way it's not always on, it drains out the battery because it's a wireless mouse. So where was I before I fell off? I think I was over here. I'm really getting frustrated with these hoglins. Because every time, like, they take so long to die. I have, like, the best sword in the game, besides the netherite version of the sword. There's always so many of them. They target you from forever away. You know, from, like, 16 blocks away or whatever. They chase you like X amount of blocks, and they knock you up and over and back, and they have a reduced knockback, and they're everywhere. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. And it's not that I mind fighting them, it's just anything that you're trying to do, especially when it comes time to like pay attention, like you gotta look to see where those blocks that you need to spawn proof are. You gotta look to see where a cave is, because it's not easy to see because everything is netherrack. And they're just relentless. And the one you kill the ones in the area that you're at, and they spawn like right next to you, and then it starts all over again. And it all takes away from time of whatever I'm doing, whether it's mining or if it's, you know, if I'm trying to clear the netherrack out, or if I'm trying to do the ceiling thing, or like, and it's just so irritating. And it's like, I'm not trying to be unreasonable, I'm not trying to, like, I'm really trying not to complain. Like, see that, like, with the nature of the netherrack and the pattern of shadows and everything, like, it's hard to see where there's a ledge that you're gonna have to put a half slab, unless you really look for it. There's more! Come on, like there's an infinite number of blocks where you could be anywhere other than in front of me, but come and walk right in front of me when I'm fighting the hoglin. I'm getting crabby here. It's like I feel helpless to do anything about it. Because there isn't anything that you can do about it. Like, your only choice is to run away from the hoglins or to kill the hoglins. And if you run away from the hoglins, you run into more hoglins. So that section didn't have any caves or anything in it. And like, I could set it to peaceful mode. But I mean, like, what's the point of playing the game if you're not gonna play the game? I don't think I've got enough to make a hat. Oh, I do. And then there's that, is it doesn't matter how reasonable your complaint is, like, people don't want to watch somebody complain about something. Then again, I could be wrong, because I mean, if you consider like the full potentiality of anybody watching stuff for the reason that they want to watch stuff, like they might enjoy seeing a person be frustrated. But I mean, and you know, entertainment is entertainment, so. I think that's the way that I was going to say that before, was the easiest way to say it. I just thought of the easiest way to say what I was trying to say about building stuff on the nether roof. It's like easy mode versus hard mode versus like hardcore. Like, I mean, you can't really. So I went all the way up there and then looked around, and then I meant to block off the lava. It's like you can't really compare easy mode, or it's like comparing peaceful mode to like hardcore. I mean, and there's just not really a valid comparison. I mean, like, easy mode is easy mode, which the thing that made me think about that was like, I'm in the nether, it's supposed to be difficult. I mean, it's not supposed to be easy. And part of things that are not easy is they're frustrating. Because they're not easy. Like, but I mean, knowing that is like, you know, trying to tell somebody that just stubbed their toe that their toe doesn't hurt. It's like, oh, well, it'll stop hurting eventually. Yes, but in the meantime, I still have a very stubbed toe. Once I get past this difficult section in these two quadrants, this is all gonna be easy. Like, easy, easy, easy. Well, until I get to here. There's just so many blocks. Is that a cave? Or is that just a handful of missing blocks? You know, I think I'm gonna try to make it looking glass. I think I'm done with the ceiling. I don't think there's any more caves that I can see that I can get to try to spawn proof. I mean, this whole section from here all the way up to the roof is probably just full of caves. But again, the farther out that you go toward the end of the perimeter, you're outside of the sphere of the spawn radius, so. And I mean, I understand why they did that, but it would be kind of nice, it would be easier to gauge where things are gonna spawn compared to where, hey! Why? Oh, the gold, right. Bye. But if it were a square, then you would know that, like, if you were within the coordinates of the cube, then you don't have to worry about it. But with it being a sphere, it's not really easy to calculate a sphere relative to where you are. There's not really anything to visualize where the edge of the sphere is, because the larger the spawn cube, the larger the spawn sphere, the larger the area is that is unnecessary for you to spawn proof at the edges. Well, I think I am going to call it a video, though. Because I got as much of the ceiling that I could easily see. And it still kind of feels like I'm, like, you know, cheesing out the, you know, the effort factor, like to put in this much work to remove all these blocks and then to get to that point and then be like, eh, I don't think I want to do the ceiling. The other part of it, though, too, is I really didn't anticipate there to be that many caves in the ceiling, because it's the ceiling. And I can't really rightly say if I remember properly, like if that's different or if it's new or whatever, but that doesn't really matter because there are caves in the ceiling. And then, like, me talking up, you know, the effort that I'm willing to put in to complete this. I mean, the reason that I wanted to leave the ceiling at this level was the majority of it is solid. And then I don't know how I would have to write a calculator to calculate to see if my current coordinates fall within the spawn sphere. So I wrote a distance calculator a long time ago. I mean, it's not a true block calculator in the sense that it's only calculating like the hypotenuse of the triangle through the cube from one corner of the cube to the other. In the sense, like, Minecraft blocks don't follow the exact coordinates of the cube. You know, like, you can't get certain diagonals through Minecraft blocks. You know, like, cause it's calculating them, like, using the decimals too, like. And then diagonals don't always follow a straight diagonal line because of that, so, like, it's not truly a block calculator. It doesn't emulate the code that would emulate the Minecraft block placement in the 3D space, but it does calculate accurately relative to the way that spawners work, which is the whole reason that I wrote it. And it works in all directions so long as you enter two sets of 3 valid coordinates. It will tell you the distance that you're far enough away. But I wrote it for spawners. so that I could write down where the spawner was, and then see where the edge of the sphere that the spawner registers was, and not have to guesstimate it using blocks, but like to know that I'm within this range. Like, but yeah, that's neither here nor there. But I think I'm good to go to just mine out blocks for the rest of the project. Like, I shouldn't have to spawn proof any other ceilings because I can't see them. And then after the whole project is done, after I put in all the work to remove all of the blocks, if it looks like the spawn rate is really that badly affected by, you know, the handful or whatever potential mobs that are in the ceiling, then I'll cheat. Like, if it looks like, you know, I've put in all the work and it's still not working for whatever reason, probably because there's like air pockets in the ceiling or air pockets underneath, then I'll go through and like no clip through the map to look for the air blocks. But yeah, I mean, that's probably going to be relatively far away. And then before I do that, I might even consider removing the entire ceiling all the way up to the bedrock to avoid cheating. As insane as that is. I mean, that adds like, to stay within the confines of the cube and add more Y values going up and down, and like if there's like, you know, 10 or 20 more blocks, each one is like 109,000 blocks per layer. So I mean, if I had like 10, I'd be like, you know, 100 and, you know, I think that would be what? I think there would be an extra 1,000,000 blocks every 10 Y layers. But yeah, I am calling it a video here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I'm clicking the button right now.